শুভ সন্ধ্যা। স্বামী আত্মপ্রিয়ানন্দজিকে আমার প্রণাম, আর সমবেত সকলকে আমার অভিবাদন। আমরা আজকে মিলিত হয়েছি স্বামী আত্মপ্রিয়ানন্দজির একটি বক্তৃতা শুনব বলে। এই বক্তৃতাটি আমার মাস্টারমশাই প্রফেসর জে ঘোষের স্মারক বক্তৃতা। আমি প্রফেসর জে ঘোষের কাছে 80-র দশকে কাজ করেছি, রিসার্চের কাজ, তার আগে পড়েছি। প্রফেসর জে ঘোষ 1925 সালে 19শে জুলাই জন্মগ্রহণ করেন। তারপরে স্কুলের পড়া শেষ করে বিদ্যাসাগর কলেজ থেকে বিএসসি পাশ করে ক্যালকাটা ইউনিভার্সিটির অ্যাপ্লাইড কেমিস্ট্রিতে এমটেক করেন, বিটেক এমটেক। আর আপনারা যদি বিদ্যাসাগর কলেজের প্রতিষ্ঠিত মানুষদের গুগলে খোঁজ করেন তাহলে মাস্টারমশাই অধ্যাপক জে ঘোষ এই নামটি পাবেন। তিনি এতটাই বিখ্যাত ছিলেন। কেন বিখ্যাত ছিলেন তার অনেকগুলি কারণ আছে। উনি প্রথম ক্যালকাটা ইউনিভার্সিটিতে বায়োকেমিস্ট্রি ডিপার্টমেন্ট প্রতিষ্ঠিত করেন 1956 সালে। মানে এতদিনে তার বয়স হয়েছে 70, আমারও বয়স 70। উনি যখন যুক্ত হন ডিপার্টমেন্টের সঙ্গে তখন অন্য কোনো মাস্টারমশাই ছিলেন না। পরে আস্তে আস্তে অনেক মাস্টারমশাই এসেছেন, আমরা 10-11 জন মাস্টারমশাইকে পেয়েছি। কিন্তু প্রথম দিকে উনি সবই পড়াতেন, বায়োকেমিস্ট্রি পড়াচ্ছেন, মলিকুলার বায়োলজি পড়াচ্ছেন, ফিজিওলজি পড়াচ্ছেন, সবই পড়াচ্ছেন। কিন্তু ওই পড়ান তো অনেকেই যারা প্রথম জয়েন করেন, প্রথম একটা কিছু খোলেন, তখন তাকে সব কাজই করতে হয়। কিন্তু কাজটাতে সবাইকে মুগ্ধ করে রাখা এটা একটা অন্য গুণ। এই গুণে ওনার কথা বলি, উনি হয়তো যে সময় ক্লাস নেওয়ার কথা, হয়তো 12:30টায় ক্লাস নেওয়ার কথা, স্যার আসেননি, আমরা উদ্দাম হয়ে আড্ডা মারছি, তখন হয়তো 1টার সময় স্যার এলেন। তারপরে আগাগোড়া 2 ঘন্টা টানা ক্লাস নিলেন, কিন্তু আমরা কেউ ঘাড় ঘোরাতে পারছি না, চোখ নামাতে পারছি না, চোখ সরাতে পারছি না। তার কারণ আমাদের সামনে তখন একটা নাটক চলছিল, একটা একক অভিনয়ে উনি করে যান। যে বিষয়টা পড়াবেন তার আবিষ্কারকের জীবন এবং আবিষ্কারের পরবর্তী অধ্যায় উনি বলে যাচ্ছেন, এবং সেটা একটা নাটকের মতন। এবং এই নাটকটা উনি ভালোবেসে করতেন, এবং ছাত্রদেরও বলতেন বৈজ্ঞানিকদের জীবন নিয়ে নাটক লিখতে। তো এটা ওনার মানে আগাগোড়াই এরম ছিল না, উনি পরে এটাকে অ্যাডাপ্ট করেছেন জানি না, কিন্তু আমরা দেখেছি তাই। এবং পরে যখন রিসার্চের বিষয় নিয়ে কথা হচ্ছে, তখন কলকাতা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের আর্থিক অনুদান খুবই কমে গেছে, বিশেষ কোনো জার্নাল আসতো না। উনি লাইব্রেরি ঘুরে ঘুরে, ওনার কাছে আমরা 10, 12, 15 জনও একসঙ্গে রিসার্চ করেছি, প্রত্যেকের জন্য লেটেস্ট খবর জার্নাল থেকে খুঁজে নিয়ে আসতেন, এসেই ডেকে পাঠাতেন, অমুকে এসো আমার ঘরে। গেলাম ওনার ঘরে, তো উনি আমার রিসার্চের বিষয় নিয়ে যেটা পড়ে এসেছেন সেটা বললেন, এবং বললেন অমুক লাইব্রেরিতে গিয়ে এই জার্নালে ভলিউম ইত্যাদি সব লিখে নিয়ে এসছেন, পেজ নাম্বার, ভলিউম ইত্যাদি, সেটা খুঁজে নিয়ে ডিটেইলে লিখে নিয়ে এসো। এই 15 জন রিসার্চ ওয়ার্কার, তাদের সকলের কাজ একসঙ্গে পড়ে এসেছেন, লেটেস্ট পড়া। ওনার কাছে 72 জন পিএইচডি করেছে, 150-এর উপরে বেশি গবেষণাপত্র ওনার আছে। এবং এইভাবেই চলছিল 2012 সালে উনি 11 সালে উনি দেহত্যাগ করেন, 2রা অক্টোবর। তো তারপরে এই 2025 পর্যন্ত 13 বছর ধরে প্রফেসর জে ঘোষ ফাউন্ডেশন, যেটা তৈরি হয়েছিল 2012 সালে ওনার মৃত্যুর ঠিক 1 বছর পরে, আমরা তৈরি করেছিলাম ওনার ছাত্রছাত্রী মিলে। এবং তাতে দেশের বিদেশের অনেক ছাত্রছাত্রী, তারা সবাই দান করেছিল। সেই দানের টাকায় এতদিন চলেছে, কিন্তু আমাদের বয়স হয়ে গেছে, আমরা যারা সব থেকে জুনিয়র স্টুডেন্ট ওনার তাদেরই 70-এর কাছাকাছি বয়স। সুতরাং আমাদের আর এটা সম্ভব হচ্ছিল না। আমরা তখন ভেবেছিলাম রামকৃষ্ণ মিশনই হচ্ছে একমাত্র জায়গা যাদের কাছে আমরা অ্যাপ্রোচ করতে পারি। এখানে প্রতাপদা বসে আছেন। প্রতাপ দাস আমাদের এক্স স্টুডেন্ট, বায়োকেমিস্ট্রি ডিপার্টমেন্টের এক্স স্টুডেন্ট, স্যারের খুবই প্রিয়। সে প্রতাপদা আবার বেলুর কলেজে পড়িয়েছেন। সেই প্রতাপদাই আমাদের নিয়ে এলেন এই গোলপাক রামকৃষ্ণ মিশন ইনস্টিটিউট অফ কালচারে। আমরা সুপর্ণানন্দজিকে অ্যাপিল করলাম, উনি আমাদের কথা শুনলেন। আমরা স্যারের 100 বছর পূর্তি উপলক্ষে একটা সেন্টিনারি ভলিউম বার করেছিলাম, তাতে স্যারের সম্পর্কে লেখা অনেক, স্যারের লেখা অনেক, এবং আমরা এই 12-13 বছর ধরে যা যা করেছি তার সম্পর্কেও লেখা আছে। সেই বইটি আমি তখন মহারাজকে দিয়েছিলাম। উনি আমায় বলেছিলেন এই বইটিকে আরেকটি পাওয়া যাবে মিশনের লাইব্রেরির জন্য। আমি বলেছিলাম হ্যাঁ, আমি এনেছিলাম আরও এক্সট্রা বই। তারপরে কথা হয়ে গেল, আমাদের যা যা কিছু অফিসিয়াল কাজকর্ম সেগুলো করা হয়ে গেল। এই আমাদের প্রথম বক্তৃতা, স্মারক বক্তৃতা, এবং এই স্বামী আত্মপ্রিয়ানন্দজির নাম প্রথম উচ্চারিত হয়েছিল প্রতাপদার মুখে। তা প্রতাপদা বলেছিলেন সুপর্ণানন্দজিকে যে আমরা আত্মপ্রিয়ানন্দজিকে দিয়ে শুরু করতে চাই। তাই প্রথমে জানুয়ারি ঠিক হলো, ওনাকে পেলাম না। ফেব্রুয়ারি ঠিক হলো, ওনাকে পেলাম না। এই মার্চের 12 তারিখে এসে আমরা আমাদের অনেক আকাঙ্ক্ষিত একটি বক্তৃতা আজকে শুনব। আর স্যারের সম্পর্কে আরও অনেক জায়গায় অনেক কিছু আপনারা খুঁজে পাবেন, গুগলে খুঁজে পাবেন। সেইখানে আর বেশি কিছু স্যারের সম্পর্কে বলছি না। আমি শুধু বলতে চাই, এইরকম মাস্টারমশাই আমি আমার 70 বছরের জীবনে দেখিনি। এইটুকুই বলে শেষ করছি। স্বামীজি, আপনি এবার বলুন।
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। May the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the true nature of knowledge. May the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the application of that knowledge. May we both, teacher and the disciple, strive together for the acquisition of knowledge. May the knowledge and the wisdom that we acquire be effective and illuminative. May there be no dissension between us. Om, peace, peace, peace. আমি ইংরেজিতে বলবো নাকি ইংরেজিতে বলবো? বিকজ স্লাইডগুলোতে ইংরেজিতে করেছি আমি। So I'm extremely delighted to be here, and for some reason they have thought of me, and they gave me the topic Science and Consciousness. Consciousness is a very difficult subject because it's the easiest. You must have heard of one Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi from the southern part of India, from Arunachala. He wrote a small poem as a parody to a poem which said, this is extremely difficult. Mita Kadinam. He says, Atmavidya is the easiest because it is your own self. What we call consciousness is just we. There are certain concepts in life which are well known, the easiest, commonly used, but least understood, and cannot be defined. Suppose I ask you, what is matter? Physics, physical sciences, material sciences do not know what is matter. We use the word matter In school physics, you may remember, we had the different. Matter is that which occupies space. Then you ask, what is space? Space is that which is occupied by matter. You go round and round. So all knowledge is in a cycle. Every piece of knowledge is dependent on another piece of knowledge, which for its existence once again depends on the same piece of knowledge. The cyclical knowledge which we have, from which is very difficult to cut across, is what we call progress, without progressing. Go round and round. Suppose you ask a life scientist, what is life? Life is not definable. Whether that which is pure matter, lifeless, has life at all. This was a great discovery of Jagat Bose, as you know, who said, what is the demarcation between life and non-life? Where does life end? Where does non-life begin? A couple of years ago, a tiniest of the tiniest of the tiniest of the tiny entity called the COVID-19 virus completely paralyzed the whole world, comprising geniuses among scientists and biologists and virologists and Nobel laureates. And this little fellow threw such a challenge, everybody was completely paralyzed. My subject is theoretical physics. I know very little of bioscience except that it is life. I asked people who knew, does virus have life? They said no. Virus is lifeless, but when it comes into contact with life, it suddenly comes into life. What is the secret of this? Is it possible that lifelessness can be transmuted into life by coming into contact with each other? Life and non-life. So what is the mystery of life? We do not exactly know. Jagat Bose has a beautiful book in Bengali called Avyakta. And he discusses these philosophically from the Indian perspective, because life is a great mystery which we have not understood. And the ancient Indian word, philosophical word in Vedanta, is called prana. The great problem in the Western philosophical thinking, they confuse between life and consciousness. That which is material, lifeless, then comes life, then comes consciousness, but they think consciousness and life are the same, but they are not. So we can't define what is life. We can't define what is time. What is time? Time, everybody knows what is time. That which is known to everybody cannot be defined. You know it, but you can't define it. This is Vedanta. Vedanta says you can define only certain things which you see as different from yourself. This table is here. I am not this table, so I can define this table, its height, its width, its color, and so on. If the table is me, then I can't define it, because me, the subject, cannot be objectified. So this is the whole philosophical underpinning of what Vedanta calls the impossibility of the objectification of the subject. Those of you who are exposed to Professor K.C. Bhattacharya's philosophy will know, he talks about the notion of I. Of course, the language is quite complicated, but the idea is very penetrating. Can you objectify a subject? In the same way, can you quantify quality? why we have failed in our educational system in all countries. How do we test knowledge? We test knowledge by giving them some questions. We call them objective questions, nothing objective about it. And in order that the question paper and the answer paper will quickly evaluated, you have MCQ, multiple choice questions. You have 4, and then you tick 1, or you shadow 1, and the computer immediately catches. If you get the large number of marks, you're supposed to be highly knowledgeable. So look at how we have reduced the quality called knowledge and the quality which is called wisdom to the evaluation of some quantitative parameters. The fundamental question is, can quantity be qualified? Can quality be quantified? There are certain emotions. For example, emotion of fear, emotion of love, emotion of joy. Children, if you ask, I am so happy. So they understand it in terms of certain quantity. There are certain qualities which can't be quantified. The attempt at quantification of a quality fails, and therefore the system itself fails. Even now we have not been able to find out a foolproof system by which your knowledge can be measured and you can be ranked as intelligent or non-intelligent. Simply because it ticks certain boxes and it could click. So it prevented, they say, you should have negative marking. Now, whether they clicked it consciously knowing that it is right, or randomly knowing it could be or it could not be, that can't be decided by any computer. Why I am saying this is because there are certain things which are understood, which are seen, which are realized, which are felt, but cannot be defined. Only when something is an object, the subject can perceive it and define it. So that which is a subject will be defined by the subject itself. How can the subject know itself? This is a great question of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Vijñāta ramare kena vijaniyat. Vijñāta, the knower. How can the knower be known? Because to be able to be known, the knower has to be objectified, to be known by a subject which is called the knower. And therefore, knowing the knower is a misnomer. You can just feel it in your very bones. Even ordinary qualities like love and fear and affection, joy, these are qualities which can't be quantified. The whole struggle in human knowledge is the attempt at quantification. So science dancing on the stage because of technological marvel says all that you do in non-science, in arts and humanities, has no accuracy, there's no credibility because you can't measure it. I ask the question, what can be measured in life? That which is measured should be an object which is not felt by you. That which you know and feel cannot be measured. This is a great question in science as well as life itself. You perform miraculously. The AI now which is dancing on the stage everywhere, artificial intelligence, this AI performs tasks because it has been programmed that way, inputs have been given, without knowing that it is performing. There are 2 sentences which I throw at you. I am doing this work. First sentence. I am aware that I am doing this work. Second sentence. There is a fundamental difference between these two. The AI, the artificial intelligence, and the computers and the various machines, they perform the tasks without being aware that they are performing. When the AI came into existence years ago, decades ago, Roger Penrose, who got the Nobel Prize some years ago in physics, wrote a book called Emperor's New Mind. Many of you must have seen that book. It's a parody against Emperor's New Clothes. Ulanga Raja, Oigolpata. So in the prologue, he writes, there was a super computer which was a marvel. It could solve any problem through the program in a trice, as we now say, talk about generative AI and so on. It was going to be inaugurated, and the inventor with great pride, he says, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to inaugurate the near omniscience. সর্বজ্ঞকে আমরা কিন্তু এখানে সামনে স্থাপন করেছি। আমি নতুন একটি পদ্ধতিতে এটাকে কিন্তু উদ্বোধন করব। What is that? Any one of you from the audience will please put the first question. Nobody dared to get up. সর্বজ্ঞের সামনে আমি মূর্খ কেউ প্রকাশ করবে? Everybody kept quiet. A little boy got up. This is the Ulangaraja story. Sir, can I put the first question? I said, yes, kid, come on. After all, he is ignorant. Let him ask something. My question to the computer is, how does it feel to be a computer? Then so many lights went on and off, etc. After an hour, he said, I do not know. Everybody started laughing. This is a story of life, consciousness, and matter. Now, the great question which has been troubling the human mind for millennia upon millennia, starting from the rishis of old up to the latest scientists in all fields, is there a continuum or is there a break? Matter ends here and life begins there, consciousness begins there. This was a great question with which Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose was possessed for years. And he said, where does matter end? Where does life begin? Where is non-life ending? Where is life beginning? Is there a break? Is it a hiatus? Is it a discontinuity? One interesting idea which we should remember, nature does not believe in discontinuity. There is a huge continuum of everything. All of you know the basic ideas of the special theory of relativity by Einstein. Once upon a time, Newtonian physics thought space and time are two absolute entities. Einstein said space and time are not absolute. They are not two separate entities. You should know space and time. You should say space-time. Now, in the general theory of relativity propounded 10 years later, 1915, he said space, time and matter form a continuum. Simply put, Einstein was asked once, can you define relativity and then explain it very simply for me? He said, if all the matter in the universe vanished, space and time alone will remain. That was a classical Newtonian concept. But what I have shown is that space and time will also disappear along with matter. Because space, time and matter, they form a continuum. Space, time, matter continuum. Our ancients long ago found, then what about life? This was the question which Jagadish Chandra Bose asked. Even now that question is being debated. What is the genius of the Indian mind, Jagadish Chandra Bose? In his Avyakta, in Bengali book, you can easily see this, in which he says, how do you say this is with life, this is without life? The virus example. I asked so many of our biologists and virologist friends who have got so many awards and some of the Nobel laureates also perhaps. How is it that a completely lifeless virus springs into life when it comes in contact with life? That means, is life imparting life to something else? Can you say something is lifeless and something is with life? Where does life, non-life end and where does life begin? Or is there a continuum of life and non-life? If you say non-life is matter and space-time matter form a continuum, you will have space-time matter life continuum. And going one step farther, the ancient rishis found, apart from life, there is something called consciousness. What is consciousness is something which is being probed into by even scientists, particularly the neuroscientists. Once upon a time, the neuroscientists used to frown upon this word consciousness. They said the brain is all that is, and the neurological reactions of the brain is what generates consciousness. Consciousness is an epiphenomenon of the material substance called the brain. No more. I've spoken to some of the most leading neuroscientists because His Holiness the Dalai Lama conducts some experiments on these things, you know. You have the Mind and Life Institute. I have participated in many of these sessions. In New York, there is a session in which he said, you people also talk about consciousness? Well, yes, we can't get without it. Now we are seriously concerned about what consciousness is, which problem India solved millennia upon millennia ago. So if suppose you say matter, space, time, matter, life, consciousness continuum, next slide as chalo to koi jorat tiplam to eta koi jore asche ante ekhane asche ki page number to asche na acha dekhe এটাই দেখি খুব জোরে টিপলে তো হচ্ছে না তো জোরে once again it's a problem quantity and quality জোরে mean how জোরে কতটা জোরে খুব জোরে খুব মানে how much খুব So Swami Vivekananda, as you know, is a pioneer who initiated this discussion. In one of the lectures in Jnana Yoga, he says, science and religion should shake hands. Poetry and philosophy will become friends. That will be the religion of the future. And if we can work it out, it will be for all peoples and all times. There is a huge controversy among the religionists on the one hand and scientists on the other. Even some of them also used to say, science is science, religion is religion. Why should we try to mix them up? Some of the ultra-rationalists, and Calcutta is full of such people, as you know, they will say, why do you bring it up? The question is, you have to answer the question, who is that person who is investigating into all this? This is a question which was asked in ancient India long ago. I investigate into this, I question this, I am a scientist, but who is that scientist? Who is inquiring, who is investigating, who is asking questions? What is the nature of that person? We want to find out the nature of the physical world, nature of the mental world, the nature of the world of life, But what is the nature of the person who is investigating? Science is not concerned about it. That's what they will say. Now the question is, can you define matter which you are investigating into as follows? Somebody has to know matter, study matter to be able to investigate. This table is matter. I want to find the nature of this table. I investigate into this table, and therefore this table is something which is being known by me. Can you put that as a characteristic of matter? There are many characteristics of matter which science may say, but none of them actually comes to defining what is matter. Can you say knowableness by consciousness is one of the characteristics of matter? Matter is something which I know. So the characteristic of matter is knowableness by consciousness who is apart from matter. A subject knows the object and define the object as possessing the characteristic of knowableness by the subject. Swami Vivekananda was a pioneer who was grappling with these ideas. These are very subtle ideas in Sanskrit and Vedanta. Swami just said, to put the Hindu ideas into English, I have quoted it here, and then make of dry philosophy, intricate mythology and pure startling psychology, a religion which will be easy, simple, popular, at the same time meet the requirements of the highest minds, is a task only those can understand who have attempted it. The dry, abstract Advaita must become living and poetic in everyday life. After hopelessly intricate mythology must come concrete moral forms. After the bewildering yogism must come the most scientific and practical psychology. And all this must be put in a form so that even a child may grasp it. That is my life's work. He defined his life's work in a few sentences as follows. So all the ancient ideas which are in Sanskrit, which have been in technical Sanskrit and Vedanta, can you put them in simple language? In English means any other language. In Bengali is much easier. Translation from Sanskrit to Bengali is the easiest. You know why? Put the same idea. If you say Atman, put say Atma. Manas, put Manas. Same words can be used because we use them in every day. In Bengali also, all the vocabulary has been borrowed from Sanskrit. Now to make the Westerners understand, that's why the Westerners have such a poor understanding of the Vedanta and the ancient Indian ideas, but they write very learned books, which we studied and swear by. There's a conference in Gull Park some years, I think a couple of years ago. There's not a single scholar of Vedanta from India. I asked the person, the monk who was organizing, no Indians, see, they don't. The Westerners understand Vedanta because they come here on some sabbatical leave or whatever for a couple of years, read something in English, and then go back and learn at lectures they will give. Vivekananda made a very sarcastic remark. Every uneducated foreigner coming to India and having a vanishing railway view of Indian society goes back and gives learned lectures on the awful evils in Indian society. Now the ancient Indian perspective is based on a very interesting paradigm. The paradigm is, who are we, what are we? Of course we understand this body. Everybody can touch his body. This is my hand, this is my nose, and this is my eye, we know. We call this the human body. Now, is this all? When I'm sleeping, I don't feel any sensation. So the human body is animated by a power which is prana, and behind that there is a power which is consciousness or chaitanya. So the ancient Indians, this is from the Taittiriya Upanishad, so the human body is a 5-layered personality. One is a physical body which is called the Annamaya. Then behind is the vital body which is called the Pranamaya. What is vital body? What is that aspect of you which craves for food and drink? I feel hungry. I feel thirsty. The body doesn't say that. Because the body can't say it if body is jada, body is insentient. The mind cannot say that because mind, even if you give food to the mind, mind doesn't take it. So you feel hunger and thirst, and you feel the vitality of the body, you feel extremely tired and weak, and you can't speak loudly because you don't have this capacity or the power to speak. What is the vitalizing force within you which is able to accomplish this task? The Hindu boy or girl is taught before you take food, pranaya swaha, panaya swaha, vyanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya swaha, the pancha prana. Because when you eat food, you are offering to the prana, not to the body, not to the mind, of course. To the mind, of course, you can show the picture. Ananda Bajar Patrika has beautiful pictures you will see in the New Year. Wonderful pictures of all the food items. It doesn't satisfy your hunger. So the prana within you is responsible for the vital energy. The prana is the link between consciousness, chaitanya on the one hand, and the jada on the other. Then behind this prana, pranamaya, is called the manomaya. Manomaya is the self, all called self. The idea of kosha came much later thanks to Shankara. For a particular reason he converted into a kosha. But the original Sanskrit word used for it in the Upanishad, the text is Atma, Annamaya Atma, Pranamaya Atma, then Manomaya Atma. Manomaya Atma is the body which consists of thoughts. This is an important thing you should understand. What is thought? Once again, you can't define what is thought. Something arises within you, some thought arises in you, and you have a conception in your mind. You plan a building, you plan an image, you plan a painting in your mind. That which you have planned in your mind is translated on the canvas, on the ground. The matter which comes up on the ground is only a manifestation of what you have already thought in your mind. That's why we make plans, huge plans of buildings. So what you have thought in your mind is being projected outside. So can you say thought and matter are not different? Or can you say, as Vivekananda said, matter is only externalized thought? How do you justify this? Once again, you should remember, our ancient wisdom of the rishis is not based upon conjecture, not based upon imagination, it is not philosophy, it is not metaphysics, it is not religion. It is just a simple analysis of our daily experiences. You can't wish away your experience. This is what science does. Now we are talking about a person who was immersed in chemistry, biochemistry, and so on. You will see reactions taking place. You actually see, you can measure the temperature, you can predict what kind of reactions will take place. This is an experience in your daily life. Those experiences need to be analyzed. Suppose you ask, why should they be analyzed? You need not. But an inquiring, investigating human mind can't but analyze the daily experience and find out the meaning behind these experiences. You have to. Mind will force you. So I ask, why is it that is my experience? They ask simple questions like the Upanishad. When I open my eyes, how is it that I see? How is it that I hear through the ear? How is it I think through the mind? Is it the mind which thinks or something behind the mind? Is the eye which sees or something behind the eye? Is it the ear which hears something behind the ear? Because the eye may be there, it may not be seeing. The ear may be there, it may not be hearing. That means it is not the ear which hears, it is not the mind which thinks, it is not the eye which sees. There is something behind it. They call it very peculiar language. There is an eye of the eye, the ear of the ear, the mind of the mind. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yad vachoha vacham so pranasya pranaha chakshusas chakshurati muchyadhira pretyasman lokat amrita bhavanti Kenopanishad. Simple questions. Simple questions, if you ask your daily life, the profound answers you get to them is codified in the form of Vedanta, is codified in the form of science. Einstein was asked once, how is it that you came up on this extraordinary discovery of the relativity theory? He said, it's very simple. When we are children, we ask simple questions of our parents and teachers, and they silence us. Hey, chup karo, pore jante parbi. Pore jigash korle, aage padho nahi? So we think there are stupid questions should not be asked, but a child doesn't think that way. A child asks very simple, stupid questions, and the elders are completely bowled over. They can't answer these questions. Chup karto. Einstein said, I did not forget those questions, which were supposed to be stupid when he was young. So ask fundamental questions. From very fundamental, simple questions based upon a daily life and experience, profound discoveries have come in. I can show any number of examples of this. J.C. Bowe's example is a great example. How can you distinguish between life and non-life? This was a question which was troubling him at that time. And he prepared experiments for it with the simplest of instruments. Now, daily life you analyze, then they come to the understanding that matter and thought perhaps are the same thing, subtle and gross forms. What is the proof? The proof of the experience of dream. Everybody dreams. We simply say that the dream is something unreal, which is useless. Forget about it. How can you forget? This is a part of your experience. Suppose you sleep for 8 hours in a day. 1/3 of your life you are sleeping and dreaming. You live for 90 years, 30 years you have dreamt. How can you cut out this experience as you meaningless? There should be a meaning to it. What happens in dream? Just ask a simple question. You think of a mango. Mango season is coming very soon. The moment the thought mango comes, there is a mango in dream. Which means thought becomes an object in dream. We create objects. So we are creators in dream. This is an extraordinary nature of consciousness. We also become creators. We create objects, we create castles, we create buildings. The thought is translated into dream. Now, can it not happen even in the waking state? I throw a thought and the object is there. So the ancient rishis must have, perhaps, is my guess, found out the interface between waking and dream. In that interface, every object is produced out of a thought as in dream, and you ask for an object and they throw out a thought that manifests as an object outside. So Swami Vivekananda therefore famously said, matter is only externalized thought. If you internalize it, you call it thought. You saw a beautiful building and that impression is within you, and you close your eyes and imagine it. The internalization of that external building is your thought of that building. So put the opposite, reverse. So if you externalize your thought, you have the building outside. This is perhaps how God, whoever He is, wherever He is, must have created. This is what Vedanta says, this is what Hindu mythology also says. He thought about it and He did it. The Bible also says, the Genesis, the Old Testament, God said, let there be light, and there was light. What does it mean? He simply had a thought in his mind, and thought became externalized as an object outside. So the entire universe is visualized in his mind as thought, and he projected the whole thing. So the Manomaya, which is only thought, and the Manomaya as a characteristic of not being able to decide. This is what ancient Rishis discovered. How is it that we decide? Most often, we can't decide. Shall I do this? Shall I not do this? The famous dialogue, Shakespeare, to be or not to be, that is the question. So they call it Sankalpa and Vikalpa. Sankalpa, I shall do this. Vikalpa, I shall not do this. The human mind oscillates between what Hegel called theses and antitheses. This oscillation between theses and antitheses without being able to decide, both of them finally giving rise to a synthesis. Once again, theses and antithesis and synthesis, this process goes on. This is called a dialectic process, which all of you know, from which Marx borrowed it and then applied it to society. He called it dialectical materialism. Now the mind always moves in an oscillatory process. Should I or should I not? But who decides? How do you decide? So these are questions, very simple questions, which we don't think about. Suddenly I decide, let us do this. There are minds who can never decide, always confused. Should I do this? Should I not do this? And the entire human life is based on decisions. If you carefully look at it, the right type of decision. That's why the management people are paid so well, and then everybody grabs them, because the whole of management is the science of how to decide rightly. To decide rightly, ancient Vedanta said, your mind should be pure. You should not have any oscillations in your mind. It should be tranquil. Prashanta manasam henam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaiti shantarajasam. Your rajas should be quelled. And from the calm, tranquil mind, the decision emerges by itself. In your life also, the life of Grihasthas, life of everybody, certain very crucial decisions you people have to take. I always used to observe the lives of people. Two great decisions are so vital. One is education of a son. Now he has finished class 10. Should we put him in commerce or arts or science? Usually it is decided based upon the demand in society. And peer pressure. My friend going to commerce, let me also go. Then after class 12 comes the problem. Shall we go for pure sciences or engineering or technology? Now everybody is starting courses in AI. AI is only a small part. After some years it will also go. So fundamental sciences nobody now wants to go. That's interesting. Such a prestigious college, the Presidency College, now the Presidency University, where for hardly 40 seats there will be 40,000 applications once upon a time. Now seats are going a-begging because nobody wants to go to science. Quickly I want to get something. Management is dancing on the stage. Because management is a hodgepodge of everything. So you know little of everything, and then you can, you can jargonize carefully. One of my friends told me, he was a management expert. You see, I tell you the secret. We have been trained in this fashion. They are given a simple English passage. Can you jargonize this sufficiently so that nobody can understand it? That is... You can see how management people talk. Top person in the education field, for example, newly has taken charge. What is your idea? Which way you want to go for Indian education? This education in India has to be reimagined, restructured, rejuvenated, revivified. What? You understand anything of what he says? Sir, I don't understand. That's it. If you understood something of what I say, then what is the greatness, glory of my scholarship? Look at people who knew the simplest language they spoke. The greatest and the most glorious example in the modern days is Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita. Even a child, class 5, class 3, class 4 can read. एक मार 5 छेले माँ चेष्टे काव के पुलाव काव के शेरकम भगवान जार जमन रुचि शरणगु. Is it difficult to understand? Then if you give it to a great scholar, he will explain it in such a way that nobody will understand. And science thinks that is very precise, very accurate, exactly it can pinpoint. But arts people are so vague, they go on describing this and so on. There are 2 great physicists. One is Paul Dirac. There's Oppenheimer. Recently Oppenheimer is everybody knows about him. He invented the atom bomb. Oppenheimer is very fond of literature. In fact, he used to read the Bhagavad Gita. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Jugabhaduthita. 1,000 suns rising in the sky compared to the testing of the atom bomb. So he always used to read poetry and literature and so on. And Dirac was his good friend. Dirac come and, hey, what are you reading? Literature. Oh. You know what we do in science? We take up something which is unknown and explain it in such a way it becomes known. You know what these people in literature do? They take up something which is well known, the sky, the ocean, everybody knows about it, and describe it in such a way that it becomes unknown. There are also some jokes. So, the mind constantly oscillates between the thesis and antithesis, and there is another faculty arises from beyond this ordinary mind which oscillates, is called Vijnanamaya. There's part of the mind, but the higher mind. In English, for want of a better word, we call it intuitive mind, intuition. Intuition is a higher faculty by which you say, this has to be done. Son's marriage is a problem now. Son's education and daughter's marriage. I'm amazed at the people who are here, the Grihasthas. You simply give away your daughter to somebody and takes it away. Who is he? What is he doing? So that means you have some faith in some destiny by which you see this can happen. How do you decide it? Usually what the decision taken by some elders, old grandfather or grandmother, and if he or she says, I think this is correct. Decision making is something extremely important in life. Your whole life depends on the right decision that you make. So they said, therefore, awaken your higher mind, the intuitive mind, which is called the Vijnanamaya, through the Gayatri mantra called the Dhi. The Dhyoyona Prachodayat actually means the Dhi, which is the intuition, that should be awakened in me so that I can decide rightly. Our education does not teach us how to feel nobly, how to decide rightly, and how to will properly. You simply go on memorizing something, you are completely confused. So beyond that, Vijnanamaya is what is called the Anandamaya. Anandamaya is macrocosmic. There is a concept which is true of science also, common to science. Microcosm and the macrocosm. They call it Pindanda and Andanda. That which is huge, Veshti and Samashti. So the microcosm and the macrocosm, there is a unity. They are based on the same plan. Vivekananda had a remarkable experience in Himalayas once. He saw the macrocosm and the macrocosm unity, and he described it beautifully by saying, I saw the entire universe in an atom. What is the macrocosm is a microcosm. By this understanding of the oneness of the macrocosm and the macrocosm, some of the extraordinary discoveries in science have taken place. One simplest example is Rutherford's idea of the electrons rotating around the nucleus, because he saw that's what is happening in the planets. So the 5-layered human personality, and this is also translated in the 6 chakras. I don't go into this. This is a purely Tantra paradigm. In India, Vedanta and Tantra have always gone parallel, and the Ramakrishna order parampara has completely absorbed both. Tantra came in because there's a revolt against the Vedas. The Vedic rishis are extremely liberal. They gave freedom for anybody to study the Vedas. If everybody is given access to the Vedas, what will the priests do? The priests will always monopolize knowledge. You should not be able to have access to it. You come to me, I will give you the access, for which you should give me hefty money. You know Sanskrit? No. God understands only Sanskrit. You tell me in your language, I will translate to him, for which I need money. And the modern word for these people is called software engineers. You know Java? You know C++? You know the latest language? No. You give me money, I will translate it to the computer to understand. Knowledge should not be given so easily and free. That was their idea. Possess knowledge, monopolize knowledge. India degraded, Vivekananda said, because of the monopolization of knowledge by the Brahmins and the higher castes. They will never allow the Shudras and women. Stri and Shudra. Because if we give it to women, they will give it to everybody. Women are so compassionate, so liberal. Men usually want to possess. Swami just said, man wants to possess with clenched fists. Nature will put her hand up on his throat and make the fists open. So give gladly, give willingly. When this happened, then a group of people said, let us throw away the Vedas, start a parallel movement. That's why in Bengal and the Northeast, Tantra is so predominant, because everything is based on Prativad. You know, all of you know about the Prativad here. For everything there's a Prativad. When I first came from the south, I was a principal of the Vidya Mandir for a long time. Teachers council meetings. আমি তীব্র প্রতিবাদ করছি। আমি বললাম, স্যার, ডু ইউ নো হোয়াট ইজ দ্য ইস্যু? ইস্যু যাই থাকুক, প্রথমে প্রতিবাদটা করে রাখি। So because the Prativad, the Tantra was a Prativad, they said, you say Om is the greatest syllable? No, we reject it, because you don't allow Stri Shudras to chant it. Hrim, Maya Bija. You know Vedas? Now I'll bring Tantras. Vedic rituals can be performed from sunrise to sunset. Tantric rituals will be performed from sunset to sunrise. Kali Puja. So they also discovered and realized certain chakras within the body. These are called power centers. This is where the macrocosm and the macrocosmic energy crisscross. I don't go into this in detail. And Vedanta talks about 3 avasthas. So daily life, once again, you analyze. We are now talking, we are laughing, we are in the waking state. Now we go to sleep, we dream. And when there's a dreamless sleep, we exist. Are we there in dreamless sleep? We don't know, we have no knowledge. But if we come back and say, oh, I slept well, who was there watching it? In the waking state, I say, I am talking to all of you. You are listening to me. And I go to dream, and I say, oh, Igol Park, I went yesterday. I was talking. And in dreamless, there is nobody. Now there's an I, which speaking to you now, I1, I2, the dream, I3 is the way dreams in the sleep state. Now I1, I2, I3 are the three different I's, or these three I1 and I2, I3 can be called as three modes of the same big I, huge I, which connects all this. How does the dream I experience get conveyed to the waking I? You describe, I dreamt yesterday. How do you know? That I was totally different. So Vedanta, therefore, analyzing this experience, what I am saying is simply analysis of the experience. This is science. Science says don't come to any conclusion. Suspension of judgment and open-ended investigation. Investigate and find out. So I realize there is some I which manifests as I1, I2, I3 and connected. This big I is your real self. This is once again connected. How science comes in and connects the dots. The whole journey of science, progress of science depends upon how we can connect. They say, how do you decide a person's IQ is very high? If he can connect ideas, a particular idea crops up, all the other connected ideas crop up, and then he connect the varied ideas and he find a coherence between them. All the great discoveries of scientists have happened this way. You find out there's a beautiful coherence in all of them, and from there you decide. This comes through the observation of nature in the case of a scientist, external nature, observation of the internal nature in the case of a spiritual person. Deeply observe. From physics, I can give you an example. What is the nature of a nucleus? Nucleus is discovered is a positive central core in an atom. What is it? Is it round, it is pale, it is yellow or red? Then they thought, then they went, perhaps even for opened the tap. Not much water was there, it was dropping. Drop it. This is it. Liquid drop model of the nucleus was discovered. And then take all the parameters in the liquid drop from surface tension, etc. Parallelly throw it there. This is empirical. This is not scientifically, mathematically proven. It's called a semi-empirical mass formula Weizsäcker. From there came the great discoveries of nuclear fission, nuclear energy, and so on. Then they found out what are known as magic numbers in the nucleus, which could not be explained by the liquid drop. Then they went the shell model of the nucleus. A scientific mind always investigates based on the experience which is actually happening. And scientist is not afraid to throw away his own theory if it is disproved by experiment. Recently in 2022, three scientists were awarded Nobel Prize for quantum entanglement. Two particles are far, far away, several thousands of miles away, are entangled in such a way a small change in one automatically creates a change in the other. It's called quantum entanglement. Einstein, till the end, did not believe in this. He called it spooky action at a distance, which I reject. Then he tried all kinds of theories but could not succeed. Einstein did not believe in the probabilistic interpretation of quantum mechanics because no other choice. And he died a very sad man at the end of his life. No, I don't accept, because he was conditioned by his Judeo-Christian tradition, Jewish idea of determinism. Now it was proved, and experimentally verified and proven, a scientist is not afraid to throw his own theory. That is the boldness of a scientist and for Vedantists. Vedanta is not afraid if its theory is proven wrong by any experiment or experience. You throw away that theory. Open debates were there. Therefore, they say, very funnily, the corridor of science is littered with the skeletons of discarded theories. You walk along, what is the skeleton? Oh, Newton's theory. You go on and on, open-ended investigation till you arrive at truth, and that's also tentative. Some other experiments may come later on to disprove it. So they said, how can all this Vedantic thought can be put in just one letter, not one word, one letter? They discovered the great formula of Om, which consists of A, U, Ma. A and U by Sandhi, rules in Sanskrit, becomes O. Ganga Udakam, Gangodakam. A, U becomes O, and with Ma. Now, mapping theory is another interesting thing. Human mind always maps. This could be like this could be mapped onto this. They said A, U, Ma can be mapped onto waking, dreaming, and deep sleep states. That once again could be mapped onto something else and so on. It's a very, very profound subject. There is an Upanishad called the Mandukya Upanishad. It elaborately discusses this in just 12 mantras. And the Vedas, you talk about Sapta Lokas. Shat Chakra, Panchakosha, Shat Chakra, then Sapta Loka. What are these lokas? Bhur, Bhuvasva, very commonly we use it. Loka, these lokas are in space, spatial points. Now, after life, where do you go? These are questions which people ask. One has to ask this question. They found out, discovered, inferred, realized that you go to Bhur Loka, Bhur Loka, Mahar Loka. Ultimately, the Satya Loka is the ultimate Loka, the seventh Loka. Now, is there time after death? What do you think? After death, is there time? Because you come back again according to the Hindu lore. Christians and Muslims don't believe in rebirth, but there's a problem in not believing in that power of karma. But there's an advantage in that. It is like one-day match. You have one innings, you're finished. We have no problem. Any number of innings we'll have. Uhunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Don't worry. And therefore, we don't become over much depressed about failure. Next time, let us see. But the downside is we are not enthusiastic about anything. Later on, let us see next life. And people don't get much depressed by seeing the wealth of others. There is one Dharman, when Vidyamadari was sitting there, it's terrible sweat and heat. I told him, you are sitting there. See, our babus are sitting in the air condition. Don't you feel that? No. Oder karma anusara ora peche. Amiya kono pavo kono junme. See, that gives you some satisfaction. I should not aspire for anything. Amar karma phaleta hoyeche. That's all. So, if there is time after death, there should be space also. Because space and time always go together. What is that space? Once again, on space, huge thinking has been done by Vedantins. All of you are sitting here, objects. And these objects are in Mahakasha, the space. Now, thought is also an object, very subtle object in the mind. So, what is the space in which thoughts reside? They call Chitta Akasha. Chitta is mind. And beyond that is a space which is called Chidakasha, which is consciousness. So these are the ideas which they extrapolate from what they actually see. They have science produced. Science progresses that way. You take an idea, extrapolate a different idea and so on, experimentally verify, and then say that this is true. So I'll skip this. This is what just now said. Gross, subtle and causal. Now the unconscious, which Freud talks about, and the conscious, beyond that there is a superconscious, which is discovery by Vedanta. Freud did not know, did not want to know. Even now, I asked some of the psychiatrists, even now they are treating patients based on the same paradigm as Freud. I told them, bring in the Vedantic paradigm, bring in the yoga paradigm. Akasha, just now I said this. Einstein's theory has one interesting thing, which is warping of space-time in the presence of matter. Space-time is curved. He explained gravitation not as a peculiar force which is pulling objects as Newton did, because that is unscientific, that cannot be understood. He says, because in the presence of power matter, strong gravitational force, space-time get curved. The planets are moving around the sun not because their orbits are curved, because space itself is curved. A simple example is given by Bertrand Russell in his famous book ABC of Relativity. All of you should read this very simple book. He gives the example. There's a beacon of light at the top in a mountain, and it's dark everywhere. And several people with lanterns in their hands are trying to climb up the mountain. And the mountain path, is curved. If you see from a distance, you will say, there is a beacon at the top, and the lights are moving, and these lights are peculiarly being attracted by that beacon at the top because of peculiar force, which you say is gravitation. When daylight dawns, you see there is nothing like that. It is because of the curvature of the paths in the mountain, these are going round and round. He says, Bertrand Russell says, in this example, the beacon at the top is the sun, and the various people with lanterns are the planets, and the curved paths are the orbits, and the rising, the breaking of daylight is the coming of Einstein. So you realize that it is the nature of the very universe of space-time which is curved, which is responsible for the force. Because science says you should not bring in any external supernatural element. Every phenomenon in nature should be explicable from its own point of view, not by invoking some external thing. Suppose you say a demon is coming pulling it. Children also, we say, there is a bhoot inside, it is doing this. So science will say the explanation should come from within the system. I told you this. So matter is not in space-time, like container and contained, but space-time matter formal continuum. There's a glass of water. There's water in the glass. The container is the glass. The contained is the water. Now all the matter that we see, are they the contained in the container called space-time? Or space, time and matter form a continuum, not a container contained. That's why Einstein said if all the matter vanishes, Newton said space and time alone will remain, but I have shown space and time will also vanish along with matter. So the idea of continuum in the Panchakosha, I told you just now, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. The Upanishad clearly says, Tena Isha Purnaha. That means every one of them is being overwhelmed and interpenetrating with everyone else. There is a continuum. Even the Annamaya, which is matter, Pranamaya, which is the vital force, Manomaya, which is the mind, Vijnanamaya, which is the intuitive higher intelligence, Anandamaya, which is the highest blissful sheath, all of them form one continuum, which means what you call matter is after all not matter. So what you call matter also participate in the consciousness of the Anandamaya. So it's a progressive movement from one level to the other, from the gross to the subtle to the causal, subtler, and the subtlest. So this idea, if you have in your mind, not only for science, not only for study, in your life also, always remember there is no gap in life. Everything is a continuum. We were children, we grew up, not that suddenly something happened to us. We're continuously progressing, continually progressing as a continuum, not any gap or a quantum jump. What is matter? What is consciousness? Vedanta says matter is something perceived by consciousness. This is one definition of matter which is acceptable. What is this table? This table is something which I see. So, knowableness by consciousness is one of the characteristics of matter. Consciousness is jnata, the knower. Matter is gheya, the object. And the process of knowledge is called jnana, which is knowledge. Vedantic epistemology calls it as triputi. So we can understand it from the point of Einstein's curling. I am the knower, jnata. All of you are gheya, the objects of knowledge. And there is a process of knowledge in between. Now, can we think of the knower and the known as curls in the continuum of consciousness, which is jnana? This is one paradigm which is very interesting. Buddha talked about this. Buddha said, what is actually existing is only jnanam, knowledge. The knower and the known are only manifestations of the jnana, just like curls in the continuum of space-time in which matter appears. These are various paradigms. Don't ask, this is true or that is true. There are certain paradigms by which you go. Science also, you take a paradigm. If this satisfies you, go with this. If it doesn't satisfy, go with something else. Don't ask which is true. Einstein said, all the frames of reference from which you look at the truth, all of them have the same footing. So matter, conceived in the modern scientific pursuit, is a curl or a curvature. So the idea is, in the pure jnana perspective, which is Advaita Vedanta, the known, the person who knows, the knower is being focused upon. The question is, who am I? I want to know the knower. You focus on the knower. In the path of bhakti, you focus on the known. Who is God? Who is He? How do I know Him? So Buddha eliminated both of them and said, concentrate on the jnanam, on the knowledge only, rather than the knower and the known, thinking of the knower and the known as curls or curvatures in the continuum of consciousness, which is jnanam. So there are three different streams of sadhana, three different streams of thought. You can parallelly see in the Western day also. So with this I end. I've given you certain ideas, throwing some ideas, how the same thing is being thought about in two different ways. Ultimately, it is the inquisitiveness of the human mind, the curiosity, open-mindedness, open inquiry, unbiased, unprejudiced investigation, and the courage to face truth and pursue truth to its extreme limit. I'll end with the experience of Sri Ramakrishna, for example. You know, Ramakrishna was worshipper of Kali in the Dakshineshwar temple. He actually experienced the Kali. He saw the living, palpable, tangible, gloriously luminous Kali. When Totapuri, the Advaita Guru, came to him and then asked him to meditate on the impersonal, it is said his consciousness went up and up till he got stuck up with Kali. Then he told his guru, Totapuri, I just can't cross this. The mother, Divine Mother, who I worshipped all my life, so tangible, so real, so living, so palpable, so loving, so compassionate. Amikanda eta chede jete parbo na. Thotapuri got furious. Kyo nahi hoga? Then he took up a piece of glass and pierced in between the eyebrows the Agnya Chakra. That is the place of Saguna Brahman. Idhar dhyan karo. Then his mind meditated on that. Again, when the form of Kali came up, luminous, Ramakrishna says, Gyan ke eta khadga rupe kalpana kore, Mayer roop ke dukhanda kore, mon Advaitita leen hoye gelo. I imagined jnana, knowledge, wisdom to be a sword and cut the mother Kali to two pieces, and my mind was merging in the infinite, absolute. What does it show? So who was more dear to Sri Ramakrishna than Kali? But for the sake of truth, even that has to be transcended. Do you have that courage? This is what science says. Science says, don't be afraid. Oh, suppose I do that, all my previous theories will all go. Don't worry, let them go. Swamiji asked a question. There's a beautiful article, lecture, please read this. Reason and Religion, in the complete verse of Vivekananda. He raises a question. Should religion be scrutinized with the same parameters and with the same yardstick as secular sciences? Yes or no? Religion will immediately shout and say, no, we belong to transcendental realm. Your ordinary scientific parameters cannot apply here, etc. Swami says it's all nonsense. Religion has to submit. Religion needs to be scrutinized with the same yardstick as secular sciences. Because of this investigation, if some part that the whole of religion goes away, let it go, it should have gone long ago. That is the courage of the pursuit of truth. Thank you.